This is NBC Nightly News with Kate Snow.
Still ahead, the major comeback story, a community devastated by COVID and the stunning progress they've made. Sections of Queens, New York, were the hardest hit early in the pandemic, often considered the epicenter of the epicenter. But 1 year later, they've bounced back. Gabe Gutierrez reports.
For Julie Nyman and her husband, Afsah Hussein, life is different now.
What has been the biggest change in this neighborhood over the past few months?
I say, people love each other more,
At the height of the pandemic, the coffee shop they owned in Queens, New York shut down. It seemed everyone here either had COVID or knew someone who did.
The first month or so, all we heard was the sirens. And we were all alone in our apartments, and all you heard was the sirens.
Across the city, that sound was haunting. More trucks brought in to hold the dead. The line for testing outside Elmhurst Hospital grew longer.
I have fever, a terrible headache.
This man later told us he was sick for weeks. COVID disproportionately ravaged this region, densely populated, lower income, communities of color.
This tragedy was a tragedy that did not have to be, and we need to now learn the lessons of what happened and recognize that a virus is a real enemy to us. It might not have a gun, it might not have a bomb, but this was a war that we were in. And the only armor that we have is the vaccination.
Now, a dramatic turnaround. Vaccinations in Elmhurst have surged. 79% of residents now have at least one dose. Other areas are also catching up.
Here in Corona, the neighborhood that shares the virus's name, there's been an all-out vaccination effort. These buses are here each day for walk-ins. No appointment needed.
At this plaza, street vendors are back after an agonizing year.
It seemed very apocalyptic. It seemed almost like a movie.
Abigail Aviles is a community organizer who founded a local food pantry.
This community is definitely resilient.
That resilience on display at Julie and Afsah's coffee shop.
Did you ever expect you'd have to shut down your business for months?
It's like a shock, actually. I don't know. It's like you wake up and dreams, like it's a bad dream,
And now you hope to wake up from it.
We try to wake up stronger.
After what seemed like the longest winter, this summer, a shot in the arm. Gabe Gutierrez, NBC News, New York.